CompTIA A+, Core 1, 220-1201 Practice Exam. Questions 171 through 175. This video is part of our practice exam video series and is filled with questions that closely resemble the real exam. So are you prepared to test your knowledge? Great, let's begin. Question 171. A business is using a dot matrix printer with multi-part carbon forms. Users report that the top sheet is coming out very faint, while the copies underneath are still readable. Which of the following is the most likely cause? The answer it is C. The ribbon is worn and needs to be replaced. Dot matrix printers, a type of impact printer, use an inked ribbon to print the top sheet, while the remaining layers of a multi-part form rely on carbon pressure transfer. When the ribbon becomes worn or dries out, the first page appears faint because it is the only sheet that depends directly on the ribbon for ink. The additional sheets may still be readable since they do not rely on ribbon ink, but instead capture the force of the print pins through pressure. Question 172. A user reports that their desktop suddenly fails to start and displays a message stating no boot device is available. The system was working normally the previous day. Which of the following is the most likely cause of this issue? The answer is C. The hard drive is failing or not being detected. A no-boot device or bootable device not found error usually indicates that the system cannot detect the drive that contains the operating system. This can happen when a hard drive begins to fail, becomes disconnected, or is no longer recognized by the motherboard. Since the computer worked the day before, sudden drive failure or a loose connection is the most likely cause. Question 173. A user reports that the stylus for their tablet worked fine when first purchased but suddenly stopped responding after several days of normal use. The tablet's touchscreen still works with finger input. Which of the following is the most likely cause? The answer it is D. The pen batteries need to be recharged or replaced. Active pens rely on an internal battery to power the sensors and circuitry that allow them to communicate with the tablet, detect pressure levels, and register tilt or precision input. When this battery becomes low or fully depleted, the pen can no longer send signals to the device, causing it to stop responding even though the touchscreen itself continues to work with finger input. Recharging or replacing the battery typically restores normal operation. Question 174. A technician is selecting cabling for a new high-speed network deployment that must support 10G base T. Which type of twisted pair cable meets this requirement? The answer is A. Cat6A. Category 6A cabling is designed to support 10G base T, with 10G indicating 10 gigabits per second, base meaning baseband signaling, and T signifying twisted pair. Cat6A offers improved shielding and reduced crosstalk compared to earlier categories such as Cat5 and Cat5e, which cannot reliably handle 10 gigabit performance. Question 175. A technician needs to perform initial configuration on an older network switch and must connect directly to its console port. Which type of connection is the technician most likely to use? The answer is B. Serial interface. Older network switches are typically configured through their console ports, which commonly use a serial connection such as RS-232. This allows a technician to access the switch's command line interface before any network settings are established. Serial console access is required for initial setup, troubleshooting, or recovering devices that cannot be reached over the network. So, did any of these questions give you a tough time? Don't worry if they did, it's all part of the learning process. Luckily, Certification Cynergy has a wealth of free video content at your disposal. To stay connected with our latest IT learning resources, just give a quick click on the subscribe button. This simple action ensures you're always updated about our newest video releases. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more great content.